Magus, in Greek, translates into a magician or sorcerer. So is the Magus Rifle gonna make you as powerful as Doctor Strange? Or are you gonna fail to make your enemies disappear? What's up YouTube? Zero here, and today I have a gun review of the Magus Rifle in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. In this video, I'll go through the overview of the Magus Rifle that I'm utilizing in this video. Then I'll get into some more gameplay. I'll talk about the pluses and minuses of utilizing the Magus. Then at the end of the video, I'll get into Fate or Hate. Is the Magus Rifle fated to be in the Fate Maker's inventory? Or are you going to hate it? And should you trash it immediately? Before I get into it, I do want to say if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Tiny Tina's Wonderlands content. Do a bunch of other RPGs, so feel free to check those out as well. I'm so close to 3,000 subscribers. By so close, I mean about 1,000 away. But thank you so much for hitting that sub button in advance. Without further ado, let's get into the overview of the Magus that I'm utilizing. So this is a volatile version, and I have the Precise Magus of the Haunted Castle. I love anything with Haunted Castle in the name, so I'm already all about this gun. This is gonna be a Stoker Rifle, and I have the rare version. The damage is gonna be multiplied by 2, so we're consuming 2 ammo per shot. So I'm at 250 multiplied by 2. The accuracy is at 72%. Handling's at 66%. Reload time's at 4.3 seconds. The fire rate's pretty quick. It's 6.93 per second. And the magazine size is huge at 60. This is enchanted after action skill ends. Increased damage of the next critical hit by 50%. This gun has a 15% increased fire rate and a 5-time zoom. The perk of using the Magus, the saw blades deal 1% increased damage for each saw blade stuck in the target. Saw blades last 4 seconds. Let's talk about that perk for a second. So my Magus is of the Haunted Castle. Depending upon the Magus you have, the saw blades stuck in the target could increase different damage types. I've seen Maguses that increase melee damage. So the more saw blades that you have stuck in a target, the more melee damage you're going to deal to a target. So it depends on which Magus you have as to which damage type you're going to deal when you have those saw blades stuck in the target. My Magus is just increasing damage dealt, so that's nice. I can continue to shoot at my enemies, and the more saw blades that I get stuck in my enemies, the more damage I'm going to be dealing. So my spell damage, my gun damage, and the more saw blades I get stuck in my target, the more each one is going to do, which I love the Magus of the Haunted Castle. I'm scaring my enemies, giving them nightmares and ghosts. Now, the Stoker Rifle is the equivalent of the Vladorf in previous Borderlands games. The Vladorf rifles were always known for their huge magazine size. This Magus is no different. Its magazine is a whopping 60. However, consuming 2 ammo per shot, you're gonna run through that fairly quickly. But the nice thing is we want to run through it quickly. We want to get all of those saw blades stuck in our target so we can deal more damage. So that's a plus, that we have such a vast fire rate that we can stick a bunch of saw blades in our target in a very short time so we can deal more damage. On top of that, having that big magazine size and fire rate, even if we didn't deal that increased damage, we're going to be able to tear through our enemies quickly because of that fast fire rate. So I do absolutely love that. The reload is fairly slow, but since we have a big magazine and we're dealing increased damage by sticking our enemies with our saws, it's not too big of a deal. The Magus fires very straight, which I absolutely love. It's very easy to hit your target when you are, of course, aiming at them. If your target's moving, it's going to be a little bit harder, but for static targets, it's not that bad hitting your target. I don't like the zoom I have on this gun. I would prefer a more minimal zoom to make it a little bit easier for me to hit my targets. You'll see me hip firing a lot, but it's not too big of a deal. It does make it easier to hit targets at range who are not moving, but it's not too hard to hit targets in general. I do love the saw blades. So now that we've talked about the Magus, let's talk about if this is one you should be checking out. We talked about a lot of perks. This has a huge magazine size. The saw blades getting stuck in a target are going to allow us to deal increased damage. It has a really fast fire rate to allow us to stick our targets with increased saw blades. The one drawback is the reload time, which isn't too bad in general. I've absolutely loved the Magus. I love being a magician in general, or a sorcerer like Doctor Strange. So I recommend fading this. Check this gun out. I think you're going to love it as much as I do. But let me know in the comments section if you've tried this gun already and what you think of it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.